Welcome back to my channel. Today I will tell you about the intricacies of growing cucumbers in pots. Growing cucumbers in pots is something that requires attention. Cucumbers need a lot of vertical space when growing. There are also varieties of cucumbers that need less height. As you can see here, I have stretched the rope up and will make sure that cucumbers is comfortably wrapped up. I will show you the winding process again in this video. For cucumbers that need less height, you can also grow them with support bars. The most important point of growing cucumbers in pots is a mixture of warm and nutritious soil that is constantly kept moist. As you can see now, it leaves little. Why? Because the air is little hot and the plant needs water and not leave it dehydrated. I constantly support this with dripping water, and when the top of the soil dries slightly, I immediately water it. So water plenty and make sure the water comes out of the holes under the pot. Now here are cucumber seedlings that I have already germinated, and I will carefully remove them because there are two seedlings here. The seeds I use to produce these seedlings are not hybrid or F1 seeds. I have a friend in Yalova and I bought the seeds from him. He grows cucumbers and continues to produce every year with his own ancestor seeds. Okay, it might not be more efficient like other hybrid seeds, but in the end, because the ancestor seeds is its own seed, I will be able to use the seed that will come out of the seedlings again next year and get the product. Now, let's move on to our flower pot. You should use a pot with diameter and depth of at least 30 centimeters. Cucumbers loves water very much, but as with any plants, excess water damages the roots. For this reason, the bottom of the flower pot should have holes. As I use every seedling, I will use cinnamon powder when planting this seedling, because it is useful in its development and keeps rodents away. If your flower pots have been used before, be sure to wash them with soapy water, because unprecedented insect eggs and bacteria can damage the cucumber if they are not cleaned. First of all, I will plant 4 seedlings in this flower pot, and then these seedlings will decrease. Use a soil mixture that is not too tight, contains organic materials that can filter water comfortably and provide the plant with the necessary nutrients. A mixture of potted soil and perlite from the florist will do. Do not use garden soil strictly. There may be bacteria and insect eggs in it. You can also use a neutral fertilizer mixture. After planting our 4 seedlings, we can move on to the irrigation process. We don't press too hard on the ground to avoid damaging the seedlings. At first, I pour it slowly so that the soil does not collapse, but then I will wet the soil a lot. I want the roots and soil to get well wet, and the excess water will come out of the hole at the bottom of the pot. Its soil should be completely and visible moist. Remember, cucumbers like moisture and warm soil. Extra sunlight ensures that the soil remains in suitable and warm state. I also put straw around the seedlings because the straw will prevent the soil from drying it out. After I lay the straw all over the soil, I wet it again so that it will keep its moisture. After 2 weeks, our cucumbers are now ready to hang on to the rope. I wrapped my rope down the ceiling, tied it around the flower pot, and now we are going to wrap our cucumber in the rope. If you notice, I planted 4 seedlings in the pot, and now there are 2. When the seedlings open 2 rows of leaves, leave the 2 longest seedlings in the pot and separate the others. When the length of the seedlings is 20 to 25 centimeters, reduce it to 1. But I didn't put it down because my pot is enough. I have a big pot and that's strong enough for 2 cucumbers. The seedlings left in the pot should be longest and strongest. We also carefully wrap the cucumber in a rope. It will be wrapped in its own rope with branches that you have already seen thin. And because of that, you'll get healthy cucumbers. It will be easier and more efficient if you do it in cool air. I'm saying it again, if the soil on the surface looks dry, it is time to water it again. I keep it moist all the time, give the ripened plant enough water. Be careful that the soil never dries, because dry soil causes a better crop to form. Here I carefully wrap our second cucumber. As their length grows, I even if does not wrap the rope, even it lies sideways, make it wrap the rope yourself and fix it. I am watering with drip water technique. Now about pruning our cucumber. So we take the fork side leaf among these blooming cucumbers you have seen. I'll take the flower you have seen with it, because not all the flowers on the branch gives cucumbers. It is not like tomato. The tomato also gives all the flowers because the male and female are pollinated. But it is separate from the cucumber. Because some flowers are not pollinated, they do not give cucumbers. Like this flower. This flower gives cucumber because it's pollinated. Here on the cross, we will again take the leaf so that cucumbers can develop well. In doing this, we use gloves and take the leaves with one move so that their wands can close immediately. Cucumbers will gradually grow, which will ensure its development and thrive. I'll talk about what the cucumbers will look like when we want to get their seeds. We collect all the small leaves, and if the leaves form again in later times, clean them one by one. Be careful to not leave it dehydrated, and places with a light breeze can be good for cucumbers. Choose a place with a nook and sun, not a place where there will be a lot of wind. And now I'm going to tell you about how you should get seeds from cucumbers. I'll tell you in my next video how to take and store the seed. As you can see, with the wind gets more cold, the leaves looks more strong and tough. It's because of the cold weather. I mean, it's not that cold right now, but when it gets cold, it will look like this. When we talk about how to keep and store the seeds, you will understand that you can't use all the cucumber seeds you found from the market or bazaar. You will understand that you have to get the special seed like ancestor seeds. And we will talk about this in next videos. Now, from what product can we get the seed? As I just said, Not every blooming flower gives a product. If female flowers pollinate under favorable conditions, they turn into products. Cucumber plants reserved for seeds is selected from healthy and fast-growing cucumbers. As you can see, I'm using dripping water technique here. I will talk about this in other videos. Like this cucumber. This is the largest and first growing cucumber in its plant. I'll never pluck this cucumber. I'll separate it. It will stay on the side because this cucumber, which represents the species well, is not plucked. It is left to mature well until it grows and turns yellow. You can pluck others except this cucumber. When plucking, try to pluck it not from the bottom of the cucumber but from about 1.5 centimeters away of the cucumber. If you like this video and find it useful, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to activate the bell to watch my new videos.